right now. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see my screen. If you can see my screen, just tell me yes, you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, guys? Okay. So let's proceed. So in our last class, good evening, everybody. In our last class, I showed you guys how to install the tools we need for data science / machine learning. So we talked about installing Python, and we also talked about installing Anaconda. So if you are yet to install Python or Anaconda after this class, endeavor to do so because you are going to be using Python and Anaconda throughout the 300 days of code. So just for a recap, I could recall, I told you guys, if you've downloaded Python, most times Python will not be on your desktop, just in case you want to launch it or you want to make use of it. As you can see, if you can just follow my cursor, you see Python 3.10 64-bit and IDLE, which stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment. So these two, I had to place them on my desktop environment. Why? Because anytime I want to make use of the Python interpreter or the interactive window, which is this IDLE, I don't have to click on the start menu on my bottom left side of my screen and start typing Python. This is waste of time and it's long process. So let me just quickly do a recap. For example, we type Python now. As you can see, I search for Python. I type Python, Python, and I had different results for Python. Let's take IDLE, for instance, now. You click on this arrow button, this right arrow button, then it will open a dialog box by your right, and you see open file location. Then open file location, what you just have to do is to right click on the IDLE and click on send to, then you select desktop. This will create a desktop shortcut. Then the second thing to do is to click on this Python 3.10 64 bits. In this case, this run your Python script. You right click on it also and click on send to what? Desktop. If you haven't done that, you'll be able to see them on your desktop, which is the IDLE and the Python. So anytime I want to make use of it, like I want to launch it, I don't have to be going to Windows dialog box and start searching for Python. Let me just do a quick calculation. Like you can see 2 + 2 here. I press enter, you can see the output 4. So that's just for testing purpose, by the way. So let's proceed. Most of you guys, you might be confused. Data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. What's the difference? What's the similarities? You understand? But before we go into that, I want to show you guys something. Let me go to Amazon website, amazon.com, for example. I don't know why I like using amazon.com. Let me just search for sneakers. Yeah, let me search for sneakers. As you can see, it brings out a result for sneakers. You can see different sneakers here, different pictures for different sneakers, and sneakers is just like a brand of shoe. So if I should click on any particular sneaker here, then you'll notice something. You can see that there are recommended items here. So I click on this particular sneaker, but I'm seeing other sneakers that are related to this particular sneaker, like sneakers maybe from different brands or sneakers that are similar to this. You want to ask this question, okay, since I searched for sneakers, why didn't Amazon website bring picture for a dog or picture for a TV set or picture for a gaming pad or a picture for a laptop? Why? Because in this case, sneakers and laptop, they are not related in this instance. The essence of this is that in case I don't like this particular product, I could as well like any of the suggestions that Amazon website suggested for me. This is the work of machine learning. The recommendation, like recommending products for you. For example, sometimes maybe say you maybe, for instance, now you you go to AliExpress or Jumia, maybe you want to get a particular brand of phone, maybe Infinix or Tecno or Samsung. If you search for a particular brand and you can't find it, the website is going to recommend other similar products. This is the work of machine learning. I'll give another instance of machine learning. Let me just go to YouTube, for example. This will open up YouTube platform here. As you can see, you'll notice some similar things about my YouTube page, my YouTube feed. Like, for example, now, this is Rockefest, one of the persons I follow in terms of trading, because I trade Forex as well. You can see YouTube will automatically uses its algorithm to bring related videos that are based on the things I've done before in the past. Like, I've searched for Forex videos. I like watching Forex videos. So you see now, you can see some Forex videos here. I like dance a lot. Like, yes, I like dance a lot. I listen to music a lot, aside coding and stuff like that. You can see these are some of the music and dance videos. Then you also see some coder music that I listen to while I'm coding. Sometimes I just feel like listening to music in the background, and these are recommended stuff for me. Then, based on my subscriptions, like the channels I follow on YouTube, YouTube algorithm is going to automatically populate my YouTube feed with videos that are related to the things I like. For example, now let me type Afro here. I like Afro a lot, Afro music a lot. If I type Afro music here, you see that YouTube is going to bring a lot of videos relating to Afro. You understand? Afrobeat, everything. So this is not your own work. It's the work of a machine learning algorithm. Yes. The major popular websites you see like Facebook, Amazon, Twitter, and a lot of stuff, they make use of these algorithms, and that is the work of machine learning. Later on, I'm going to explain what is machine learning and the essence of machine learning, but I'm just giving you application of machine learning. So next time when you search for, let me say, Afrobeat dance, for instance, you are going to see recommended videos. So even if I watch this particular Afro dance, you see that YouTube is going to recommend different Afro dance for me. That is the work of a machine learning algorithm. Then let's say, for instance, Facebook, for example, now you want to upload, like you took a picture of you and your friend, for instance, like let's say your name is Joy, and in the picture, that particular picture has a photo of your friend called Emeka or Abraham or Emilia or Emanuela, for instance. And that particular picture has photos of all four of you. And all four of you are on Facebook. Guys, you guys have an account on Facebook. If, for example, now Abraham wants to upload that particular picture, you will notice that sometimes Facebook will automatically tag everybody that their face are present there. Why? Because there's a particular algorithm that automatically detects your face. It automatically detects all the faces on that particular picture, and it will suggest you to tag them. Why? Because those individuals are present on the picture. That's the essence. That's the application of machine learning. So next time you want to upload a picture on Facebook and you see that automatically it tags your friends that are on that particular picture, don't feel as if it's magic or it's voodoo or it's jazz. Just know that it is machine learning at work. You understand? So those are just like some of the application of machine learning. But as we go deeper into this 300 days of code, learning data science, we are going to see various applications of machine learning. Then you also notice, I don't know if some of you are familiar with self-driving cars, for example, like Tesla, which is one of the most popular company that makes self-driving cars. You see that those cars are self-driving, that is, they don't need a driver, and they can be able to move from one destination to another without the help of a human being. And when you put them on the road, when they see obstacle, an obstacle can be a human being, can be a tree, can be an animal like a dog or a cat, it will automatically, it's that it maneuvers the obstacle, or it will wait, or it will just make sure that it doesn't hit the obstacle or it doesn't harm the obstacle. You understand? That is the essence of machine learning, like giving the computers the ability to learn on their own without you telling them to do so. You understand? So I haven't gone through application of machine learning, like recommender system, when you go to Amazon and recommend products for you and a lot of stuff. So I'll quickly want to walk you guys through some things I feel you should know. Let me just quickly spin up something like Microsoft Paint here. And let me make this big. Okay, I'll take this brush in particular. Okay, yeah. So I just want to quickly do an illustration for you guys. I'm going to draw 3 circles here. Permit my drawing. This is just a freehand drawing, but just focus on what I'm trying to explain. Then I'll draw another circle here, and I'll draw another one here. Yes. So I'll call this particular one AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence. I'll call this the next circle. That is the second one, machine learning, ML. And I will call this last one deep learning, which is DL. So this is just a freehand sketch, DL. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the intelligence that is being exhibited by your computers, like your device, like your smartphone. For example, now those that uses iPhone, those of you that uses facial unlock, when you're setting up your facial unlock feature in your device, first of all, when you're setting for the first time, your camera, your front-facing camera is going to scan your face just to get different angles of your face, the front view, the side view, and all the view. So that when next you want to unlock your phone, once you place your face at the front-facing camera, it will automatically know that this is the owner, this is the admin of this device, open the device for me. So artificial intelligence is like giving your computer eyes, giving your computer nose, giving your computer mouth. For example, now, self-driving car, the eyes, for instance, now, it's like it's seeing an obstacle. When a self-driving car is driving, when it sees an obstacle, it will automatically maneuver or avoid the obstacle or hold brake or pause, you understand? So that is artificial intelligence. And there are different branches of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is one of them. Robotics is one of them. There's this other one. Let me try and remember. But the two major ones are, lastly, computer vision. So computer vision is one of them. Machine learning is one of them. Robotics is one of them. So you've seen robots at work, like when you see robots, like either robots that do a particular task or robots that automate tasks for human being or any robot at all. It is a branch of artificial intelligence. But in this case, we are focusing on machine learning, but other aspect of, just take note, other aspect of artificial intelligence includes robotics, computer vision, machine learning. But for the sake of this 300 days of code, we are focusing strictly on machine learning / data science. Then deep learning is also a method that you employ in machine learning. Deep learning just basically makes use of what they call neural network. If you could recall, those of us that did biology or integrated science back in secondary school, they might have taught you guys neurons and how neurons form pathway in our memory, and also synapses. You can, after this tutorial, you can read more on neurons, but during the course of this tutorial, we're going to go deep into neurons and deep learning. So basically, deep learning makes use of neural network. So neural network can consist of different layers, and the neural network basically takes data as inputs and processes them through the layers and gives you the output. You understand? For example, now, there's a particular neural network that you can use to train a model, whereby if I should show a particular model the picture of a cat, and I ask the model to classify which animal is this, the model is going to tell me this is a cat. If I should show the model a picture of a human being, the model is going to tell me this is a human being. So those are the things that we will learn. So just know that deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So just know that artificial intelligence is the intelligence exhibited by computers or machines, while machine learning is the ability of your device or your computer to learn on its own from experience without being explicitly told to do so. Sometimes most of us here, we have Gmail, like Google Mail, which is a software as a service. So if you are familiar with cloud computing, Gmail app is categorized as software as a service, but I don't want to go deep into that. But if you should check your Gmail, sometimes you see you have inbox, you have sent message, you have draft, we have a lot of subcategories. And also you take note of we have a section known as spam. Sometimes the thing is that, okay, how do you know, how does Gmail automatically knows that this message is supposed to be classified as a spam message? Sometimes spam message can arise from different sources, like there are links, there are some links that are phishing links, or there are some links that are sent by scammers and a lot of stuff. So if, for example, now I see a particular message I sent on my Gmail inbox, and I know that this particular message is a phishing link, or this particular message is a virus and can cause harm to my device if I should click on it, I could just automatically select that message and classify it as a spam. So if I should do that the first time, the next day again, I classify a particular message as a spam. Then the third day, I classify a particular message as a spam. So Gmail, for example, now is learning and taking note of the kind of messages I classify as spam, so that when next Gmail sees that particular message, automatically it will classify those messages as spam. You understand? So that is machine learning at work. So machine learning is making your computer learn from experience so that it can make decision when giving future data. You understand? So that's all for that. Then today's tutorial will not be much. So I'm just trying to give you guys a general overview, but from the next tutorial, we are starting strictly on Python, because there are different languages you can use for machine learning, but the two most popular ones are Python, R, and Julia. Julia is kind of recent and is gaining ground, but I would suggest you stick with Python programming language, because aside machine learning, you can use Python for web development, you can use Python for building app, you can use Python for scripting, you can use Python for automation and a lot of stuff. So learning Python gives you an edge. Why? Because you are not just limited to machine learning. You can as well do a lot of stuff instead of just maybe after learning machine learning, you want to go into web development and you want to use Python for backend programming. You could use Django or Flask as your backend language. So they are both written like Flask and Django. They make use of Python. So learning Python or knowing Python will make learning Flask and Django easier for you. So it's just like you have a particular tool that can do a lot of functions for you. So I just want to walk you guys. So I hope you guys understand the concept of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. You understand? So let me just minimize this for now. And there's something I want to show you guys. So what you have to do, I guess you guys must have installed Anaconda. In the previous class, we installed Anaconda. So Anaconda is like a program or a suite that has a lot of features, that a lot of programs that you can use for machine learning / data science. So if you should double click on it and launch the Anaconda platform, it's going to open, and let's wait for it to launch and open up. So let's wait. Oh, while it's loading. So I just want to quickly show you guys something. So yes, Anaconda has launched. As you can see, when the Anaconda application is open, you can see different programs here. You can see cmd.exe, you can see Datalog, you can see IBM Watts, you can see Jupyter Lab, you can see Jupyter Notebook, you can see PowerShell prompts, you can see Visual Studio Code, like the web development tutorial we had yesterday. Visual Studio Code is one of the text editor you can use for web development. So you can also see Spider here. So for machine learning, you can use Jupyter Notebook. You could use Spider. There's also what they call Google Colab. I'll show you guys shortly what Google Colab is. So one thing about programming or learning tech as a whole is that for anything you want to do, there are different tools and different means to go about it. You understand? So you could say, I prefer using Jupyter Notebook, or you could say I prefer using Spider. You could say I prefer using VS Code, or if you are using Arrow programming language, you could use Arrow Studio. You understand? So from the next class, I'm going to show you guys how to use, because we are going to be focusing on Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab, because I prefer Jupyter Notebook from experience. So you could also make use of Spider or whichever one you prefer, but I just prefer working with Jupyter Notebook because it serves all the needs that I want in particular. So another particular tool we can also use is called Google Colab. Understand? So let me just type Colab on your browser. So if you type colab.research.google.com, you are going to see it's going to pop up this particular dialog box. What you just have to do is that you could either work on a particular file that is on your GitHub. If maybe you have an already existing project on your GitHub, I will tell you guys what GitHub is. GitHub is basically used for version control. Like if, for example, now I say, okay, for the 300 days of code, we are going to build a machine learning model that automatically recommend movies for people in Nigeria. And I don't want to work on the project alone. And I want the entire persons that are participating in the data science track. And I want everybody to collaborate. We could use GitHub to collaborate on that particular project. Or I could upload a particular file from Google Drive, or I could work on my recent document, or I could just select any of these examples that is being brought up, or I could upload a particular file. But I'm just trying to give you guys a general overview. But when we start, I'll show you how to use each and every one of these. So let me just click on cancel here. As you can see, Jupyter Notebook here, it enables you to do your data science or your machine learning project online, instead of you installing Anaconda, or instead of you installing PyCharm, or instead of you installing any other machine learning IDE. You could do your machine learning project all directly from your browser using Google Colab and by going to colab.research.google.com. So there are alternatives. But one thing you should know is that every particular tool has its own limitation, you understand? So one of the limitations using Google Colab is that you are restricted to the particular hardware settings that they give to you. For example, now, if on my laptop I'm using Jupyter Notebook and I have 8 gig RAM or 16 gig RAM on my laptop, I'm using, like, I have enough memory to accommodate the load no matter what I'm doing, you understand? So, but using Google Colab in particular, I think you are restricted to using 2 gig of RAM. So just imagine using 2 gig of RAM. Just imagine your laptop is 2 gigabytes, for example. There are some kind of models you want to run, or there are some kind of framework you want to install. It will slow you down. And also another limitation to it is that since it is run directly from your browser, your network just has to be, like, your internet connection has to be stable, and your internet connection has to be very good so that it will not lag and it will not slow you down. So when we start learning the data science and the machine learning parts properly, we are going to use both the Colab and the Jupyter Notebook. So I'm going to introduce both of them to you guys. So it's not left for you to pick the one that suits you more, or the one that you are comfortable with. Just know that there are alternatives. For anything you want to do, there are alternatives, but you can use any of them, or you could use both of them. And one thing you know that it's not good for you to restrict yourself to using a particular tool. Why? For example, now you could work for a particular company like company A, and they prefer using Jupyter Notebook to work on machine learning projects. Then maybe you are transitioning to company B, and company B now say, no, we are not using Jupyter Notebook. Instead, we are using Colab, or we are using Spider, or we are using PyCharm. So you just have to make sure that you can be able to fit in easily, you understand? So don't restrict yourself to one particular tool, but make sure that you are familiar with all of them, you are conversant with all of them, but You should have a particular one that you use most often, but that doesn't mean you should neglect the rest. You understand? So today's class was just introduction to machine learning, application of machine learning, and difference between machine learning, data science, and deep learning. So I think today's class and the last class, you guys must have installed the tools that you need and have done a little introduction. So we are going to start the next class programming in Python, because for you to do data science, you need to know how to program. You need to know how to use a particular programming language. Like I mentioned earlier, you could use Python programming language, or you could use R programming language, or you could use Julia. But Python is the most popular. Why? Because it is vast. It has a lot of like application. It is not limited to data science alone. You can use it for a lot of stuff like web development, mobile development, scripting, automation, a lot of stuff, like you name it. So we are going to be focusing on Python programming language. So from the next class, get ready. If you've not installed all the tools I asked you guys to install, watch the previous videos and get your tools and your programs up and running. So when we start learning Python programming language, because if you don't know Python programming language, there's no how you can be able to understand machine learning when we start using Python to carry out the machine learning operation. You understand? So while you are learning Python, I'm going to be sending you guys the resources whereby you can learn the mathematics of data science, like statistics. Statistics is a branch of mathematics that you can't run away from. Like statistics should be your bread and butter. Statistics is your best friend when it comes to data science and machine learning. For example, if I should tell you, give me the average age of all the boys that participated in the 300 days of code bootcamp, you will not be. I won't want a situation whereby you'll be asking me what is average. Average is mean. So you need to be familiar with those terms, statistics like measure of central tendency, mean, median, mode, and other things. So while you are programming in Python, while I'm teaching you guys Python, I also be sending you guys resources of videos and notes whereby you can read up on the basic statistics, just in case you didn't do statistics in secondary school. So I think we have 10 minutes more. So I'll open I'll unmute you guys so that you can ask me questions for the next 10 minutes. So if you have any question, kindly unmute yourself and ask me while we have like 9 minutes more. So if you have any question, you need clarification, just unmute yourself and ask me the question while I answer you. Hello, good evening. Hello, please, I can't hear you. Your voice is not audible enough.
Hello, can you hear me now? Good evening.
Good evening, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was trying to install this Anaconda. It's not connecting, it's not working at all. So I don't know, is there any possible way?
Which error, which error are you getting? Which error are you getting?
I finished installing everything, but it's not coming on at all.
Okay, so what you do to avoid waste of time here, since we have limited time on Zoom, what you do after this class, screenshot the error you're having and send it to the Telegram group. Then we'll help you with that, okay?
All right.
Okay, so next person, if you have any question while we still have time left, because Zoom is just, I think, 40 minutes or 45 minutes per meeting. So if you have a question, unmute yourself and ask the question, please. If there's anyone here that have a question that you want to ask or you need clarification, if you have clarification, if you have a question to ask, kindly unmute yourself and ask. So I'll wait for the next 1 minute. If no question is being asked, I'll assume you guys understood what I was saying. Is there any question?
Hello, I have a question, sir. Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Okay, sir. I want to know if there's any like system requirements or specifications to like running machine learning models and
Okay, yes, that's a good one. The each one of us here, we have different hardware configuration. You understand? Like me personally, I'm using 8 gig / 16 gig RAM of laptop. Why? Because I had to do other things that require a lot of memory. But having minimum of 4 gig RAM laptop is good to go. Then maybe a processor speed of 1.8 gigahertz quad-core processor is good to go. So just have minimum of 4 gigabyte of RAM, and you have enough space on your hard drive to accommodate all the files and the programs that you need to install. I think those are the basic requirements. Then your laptop or your device should have access to the internet, either through Wi-Fi or using a modem or using a LAN, a local area network cable. So minimum of 4 gig RAM, processor 1.4, 1.5 gigahertz of processor is okay. Then maybe Core i3, Core i5, Core i7, or if you are using Core i9 or Core i11, better for you. But the minimum requirement, 4 gig of RAM, maybe 1.5 gigahertz of processor, you are good to go, and also access to the internet and have enough storage on your hard drive.
I don't know if you got, okay, yeah, I understand what you said, but what of when you are running the model locally on your system, like you're not connected to like Google Colab, like
if you are using
their
Jupyter Notebook,
infrastructure.
if you are using, yes, it will, that requirement that I said earlier on will serve you like effortlessly, and you won't run into any issue. You are good to go with those basic configuration I just mentioned.
All right. Thank you.
But if you can upgrade your system and upgrade your hardware, better for you. The more power that your device has, the better for you, and the faster your computation will run. You understand? So
because the reason why I asked was that there are some particular deep learning model that require maybe high, like dedicated graphic card, something like that, to run all those like data, the machine learning model, like the deep learning and the neural network model.
Okay.
So I was thinking if
depending on the laptop you are using, you know, there are 2 categories of graphic hardware. You have the integrated graphics and the dedicated graphics. So most times, if your device is not a gaming laptop, or if your device was not built for carrying out high graphic work, you are mostly restricted to integrated graphics. That is the graphic memory in this particular case, it usually ranges from 32 MB to 512 megabytes. That should serve you for the purpose that you want to use it for. But if you're a gamer, or you are a high graphic user, or a graphic designer, or if you're into modeling, animation, and the rest, you need higher graphics. For the most part of the machine learning tutorial you are going to be using, your basic graphic card configuration is going to serve you the purpose. So there's also a way that you could, in case you don't have a high graphic memory, you could as well use some part of your RAM to compensate for the less graphic memory that you have. So when that time comes, if there's any need, if I feel there's any need for you guys to upgrade your graphic memory, I'll definitely tell you guys. But for most part, your basic configuration that comes with your laptop is okay for you to run it. Unless maybe you are now going deeper and you want to run some kind of high memory or high power consuming libraries or framework, then I'll tell you what to do. But for most parts, you are good to go with your basic configuration that comes with your laptop or your desktop. So hope I'm clear with that.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
No problem. So any other question? I think we have 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. Any more questions? So I'll assume no questions from you guys. So after this Zoom meeting, I'm going to send the link to the recorded class, so you can always fall back to it and rewatch it again if you are not clear with anything. So if you have any question, make sure you send it to the Telegram group. Always make sure you send it to the Telegram group, and avoid the temptation of sending it to me directly on WhatsApp first, because I have a lot of WhatsApp messages that most times I have to like set a period of time in a day to reply all messages, because I have a lot of messages. So I might not respond to your messages on time. So if you want faster response, better you send it to the Telegram group. So if I'm not there to answer you, maybe your colleagues or your peers that knows how to go around that particular problem, they can help you with it. But if they can't, when I come online, I'll definitely look for a solution for you. So make sure that you interact with your peers, and if you have any problem or any learning resources or anything that you feel that you want to share with your learning community, feel free to send it to them, and make sure you respect everybody on the Telegram group and avoid any hate speech or any form of arrogance. So see you guys on, I think, Thursday. So practice on what I've taught you guys so far for the past 3 classes. And if you've not installed all the required files, make sure or if you've not installed all the required program, make sure you do that, and see you in the next class. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.